Well, also go back and look at Vader. This was also during a time that Vader had put on an awful lot of weight. And, people romanticize about Vader when he was in Japan and would just go in and beat people up. I don't think anybody ever accused Vader of being a great worker. He was a
Right.
bully that liked to beat people up. Um, and they let him get away with it. But, you go back and look at his Japan stuff. That's what he did. By the time he got to WWE, he was a shell of that guy, that character. Long from the time that the incident with Paul Orndorff happened in WCW,
Mm-hmm.
and Vader left, and Orndorff, allegedly kicked his ass in flip flops. Vader was not the Leon White, the confidence of Leon White, and all of that. That ship had sailed, and in many ways, I think we got damaged goods in that regard because you didn't get the guy that you'd seen for years. No, you got a guy that got his ass whipped in the shower by somebody in flip flops. It's no shame to get your ass whipped by Paul Orndorff.
No,
Okay,
no.
but I think when you're supposed to be the tough guy and the bully, I think there was shame in that for him. And people romanticize, oh, Vader this. Vader, man, didn't come as Vader when he came in. He was a shell of that guy and never could get his groove back. But by this time, he had put weight on. His knees were bothering him. He was breaking down. And all of a sudden he realized that, oh shit, it's a little different thing when you've got guys as big as you and they're hitting back. It's real easy when you just go in and bombard people and they're not hitting you back. All of a sudden you get in there and you think Undertaker's going to take that? Nah. He was younger, stronger, faster. And it's like, I'm not going to sit here and just get pounded on. So it was different. And you didn't have this facade that had followed him around his career.
Well, I'm a huge Vader fan, so I got to ask for clarification here. In your opinion, are you saying that your opinion on Vader or the office's opinion, the perception of Vader had changed on the heels of the Orndorff thing?
No, I'm saying Vader changed. I'm saying the human being changed. The human being changed. He didn't have the same swagger. He didn't, there was the fairy tale that he's this big, bad, tough guy that, couldn't be beat or beat up. And he did. He got beat up. So that changes the perception of people. Now people are looking at him going, he's not so tough after all, is he?
Well, that's what I'm trying to drill down on, because you're saying he changed, but you didn't know him before, did you? Or you just knew what you saw on tape?
You knew what you had seen, and you knew what other people that did know him.
Right.
But yeah, you knew what you saw, and then you saw what you got.
Right.
Something changed. And the only thing that I know that changed was that I know he put on weight.
Right.
I know he was sloppy. I know he had bad hygiene.
Golly, are we just?
I know.
Just very
no, you asked. So what changed? What changed was he didn't have the same swagger. He didn't have the same confidence. He put on a lot of weight, so he couldn't be as athletic as he had been before. He couldn't do that shit anymore. No, don't do that, Leon. No, he couldn't. And don't get me wrong, because I really fucking like Leon White. I like Leon a lot. But it was that persona, man, it's like you see something, you watch it in another environment. You think, oh my God, that would be so cool to have here. You bring it to this new environment where you think it'll fit in, and sometimes it just doesn't fit. And Leon didn't fit. It wasn't the same guy. Yeah, Johnny B. Bad, Mark Marrow. I saw Johnny B. Bad. Johnny B. Bad was attractive as shit. Johnny B. Bad had charisma and personality and all this other stuff. You take Johnny B. Bad, the same human being, with that same charisma, you thought, and you brought him over here. You gave him, unfortunately, his real name and in a wild man gimmick that he thought that's how he saw himself, and nobody gave a shit because he didn't have the Johnny B. Bad persona to hide behind anymore. It was easy to become Johnny B. Bad. It wasn't easy to be Mark Merrill on TV.
Man, even the phrasing there, it's easy to hide behind Mark Merrill. Do you think
dude, I hid behind Brother Love. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Easy to go out and be Brother Love.
Right.
I didn't have to be Bruce. Man, I hid behind, fuck yes. When you have a gimmick like that, man, it's easy to hide behind that gimmick. But I became the gimmick. Mark, as Johnny B. Bad, oh my God, entertaining as hell. Great. I don't know if his work was that great, but the charisma, the character, the way that he portrayed it was great. It allowed him to step into a character. And that's what I mean. I was allowed to step into Brother Love and hide behind Brother Love. I could do things as Brother Love I couldn't do as Bruce.
Right.
I had a confidence in Brother Love that I didn't have the same confidence in Bruce. I do. It's just different.
Right. No, I get it, because, when you're putting your real self out there, you start to second guess things.
You're vulnerable. Yes.
Yes. Because you're not, that's just human nature, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the gimmick is the gimmick. You can hide behind the gimmick. That's a good thing for a lot of performers.
Do you think he felt more like Leon here in the WWE and less like Vader?
I believe that Leon felt exposed. I think Leon felt exposed once the Orndorff thing happened.
Right.
Like, maybe I'm not as tough as I wanted everybody to think. Now they know.
Right.
All my peers watched it happen. Those are the guys that I was trying to fool.
Right.
The audience never saw that.
Right.
But they sure witnessed a change after the fact. They knew something was different. Something was wrong. He wasn't the same. They couldn't put their finger on it because they didn't know what had happened. It's like Ric Flair. Rick lost his confidence in WCW. Rick wasn't the same person. Took a long time before Rick got that swagger back. But he did.